On the blip this week from the Microsoft event, they unveiled a new massive 28-inch member to the Surface family. Microsoft is aiming to allow the average consumer to create a 3D landscape. Apple showed off why you may only need one app to watch TV, but first, let's kick things off with the new MacBook Pro. There's also a new way to interact with it. Stay tuned. Welcome nerds, it is me Jamocha from Sounds Nerdy, and this is The Blip, the show in which I like to cover news, highlights, and events from the past week in the world of tech. Today I have Charles with me. We will be talking about things that happened this week. A lot of stuff happened just the past couple of days. Apple and Microsoft both had events, unveiled some new products. It's a lot to cover, so we're going to get right into it. As I said in the intro, we're going to start things off with the MacBook Pro. All right, Charles, you watched the event. What are your thoughts on the MacBook Pro?
I like the event. It was your typical Apple affair. They showed the 3 new MacBook models, and you'll get into the specs and all that. But they have their options for anybody who's looking to get a new MacBook. There are a couple of options for you. But overall, I like the event.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is the regular one, they showed off that one. That one starts off at $14.99. That has the new design, the new everything. It doesn't have the touch bar. All right. That one has 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports on there. So let's talk about the 13 and the 15-inch MacBook Pros that have the touch bar on there. So the 13-inch MacBook Pro is about 14.9 millimeters thick, and it weighs about 3 pounds, and that starts off at about $17.99. Again, options on that as well. And the 15-inch one is 15.5 millimeters thick and weighs about 4 pounds, and that starts off at $19.99 as well. Again, these have the all-metal design around there, which is a pretty neat design. And again, they're smaller. The MacBook Pros are smaller than the original MacBook Airs, which is an amazing feat.
It's pretty impressive that they fit all that technology in the new MacBook Airs or Pros. Yeah. They're thinner than Airs, but they're not Airs. That's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed by that. 10 hours of battery life they're expecting on this one as well. These will ship in about 2 to 3 weeks. These have 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports on them, and very universal ports. I know you have more experience with the Thunderbolt 3 ports because you have a
those ports are amazing. You can buy adapters, you can buy display docks for them. They can run so much data through them that there's a lot of things that you could do. You can charge, you can 40 gigabytes pass through, so transferring your data will be very quick if you're using a Thunderbolt 3 enabled device. Overall great port. I'm not mad to see that they got rid of the old school ports and put new ones on there, because you can always get a adapter, I guess. Yeah.
So again, Apple's always moving forward. So it does have a headphone jack, so they did keep that in there.
One up on the iPhone.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about the touch bar. The touch bar itself, which was the highlight of the show in my summation here. So the touch bar is application agnostic. So depending on the application that you're in, the settings or the bar itself will change. It is a Retina display. Supports up to 10 touches at once. It also has a Touch ID integrated in there as well.
Yep, I've seen.
Yep. So which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yep. So what do you think about the touch bar?
I like the touch bar. When I first seen, not only when I first seen it here, when I first seen the rumors actually, I thought, hey, this is a pretty cool idea. Get rid of the function keys and replace them with something that developers can use to kind of tailor the user's experience to the software that they're using. Part of me also kind of wondered, what if they kind of moved it somewhere else to the sides or something? Like, what if they had options to have the touch bar on the side or somewhere else? For some reason, I just thought of all the different ways they could have applied this other than at the top. But I like it. It's a neat idea.
Yeah, I like it. I like where it is. I think it's meant to just get rid of the function altogether.
Yep.
Yeah, and they show it off They showed off how it's being used in a couple of different applications. Photoshop. They showed off some kind of DJ application, and also Microsoft will be supporting it as well. Microsoft Office will have it integrated in there as well. So I like it. It's a pretty cool tech. Something that's going to advance the bar. I'm wondering if this is exclusive to Apple, or will we see this in any other manufacturer line? I don't know yet. We'll
see.
We'll see.
I'm sure some third party, like I'm sure somebody who makes Windows PCs will try to make something similar. That's what's happening. They steal each other's ideas all the time. It'll happen. Yeah. I like it. I think that it makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say it's amazing. Like, it's not, Apple didn't do anything amazing today, but they did a lot of stuff that made sense, and made sense in a design perspective as well, to push the MacBook line forward. So,
yeah, so if you're a Mac person or MacBook Pro person, you're definitely gonna like what they did.
Yep.
If you're not a MacBook person, is this enough to sway you to jump over to it?
So what's funny is, before I got my Razer, I was thinking about, do I really want to stick with Windows, or do I really want to go to Mac OS to do all my editing and everything? Would it persuade me personally, being a gamer as well? No. Apple, I don't think their focus is games on MacBook. It doesn't seem like it, in my opinion. They support it, of course, but I guess developers don't really. There's many more games on Windows with Steam than there is on Macs with Steam. So that was the reason I went with Windows and the Razer. But I mean, they're nice. I wouldn't sway anybody from trying a Mac OS device, because their hardware is nice. There's no getting around that.
Yeah, the hardware is nice. Their OS works. It's all integrated very well. So yeah. For me personally, again, like I say, is it enough to sway me? Probably not. I'm just so used to Windows, and I'm just I know Windows, and switching over to the Mac OS would just be really difficult for me at this point. So, but yeah.
One thing I did want to mention, they made the trackpad a lot bigger, and Apple's known for Apple probably has. Yeah, I'm gonna say they probably have the best trackpads in the business right now. There are some companies that make good Windows trackpads, but if you have ever used a MacBook, their trackpads are pretty much almost flawless at this point with the new design that they have. And then the keyboard also went from the original design to the butterfly switches now. So there's not as much travel. If you're a person who likes a lot of travel on your keyboards, you're not gonna get it here, but that keyboard still feels good. I would recommend going to an Apple store to try it out if you haven't tried it. But it feels good. Yeah,
the trackpad, it's actually much bigger than the original one. It takes up a lot of the space down there. So your palms don't have as much space, but again, you can say it, their trackpads are phenomenal. They're amazing what they can do with that.
Yeah, they just feel good to use. And have you used the new ones?
I haven't used the new ones, no.
So Apple's doing this thing where they're replacing all their physical buttons with like vibrating mechanisms. It makes you feel like you're pressing a button, but you're actually not. So the old trackpads at the bottom, you will feel the click of the button, and then when you get to the top, you wouldn't feel it because the button's physically not there. But on this new one, no matter where you press, it feels like you're pressing a button. They just feel good. I recommend trying them out.
I'll definitely have to try that out just to see. Yep. All right, switching gears a little bit. Apple TV made an appearance as well. They talked about the number of apps that they have, the number of games that they support as well. But a neat thing is Minecraft is coming to Apple TV this time around. So Minecraft is getting the full effect everywhere. This Minecraft is just blowing up everywhere.
That's crazy because Microsoft is smart. That's a Microsoft product now, and they're still putting it on every platform that they can think of putting it on, which is very smart. That thing's a moneymaker for them. So
huge moneymaker. Yep, and they also talked about Twitter TV as well. So, Twitter is making this big push with trying to get live games. So NFL games, they have Thursday night games. So they showed off how that will work, integrating your TV experience with your social media right there. I guess it's a cool thing for people who like to tweet while they're watching TV. Mm-hmm. It's not something I do, but there are a lot of people out there who does that. So that's good for them.
Right.
So their big thing with Apple TV was that they want to have you use one app to watch all TV. So you have all your different HBO and Netflix and whatever. So they say you still want to have those apps, but they want you to have this one app called TV. So that's the new app called TV, and that will be your one-stop shop to watch everything.
So if I had to imagine, this is the reason that they're having a hard time getting providers on board with this idea, because everybody wants to be. TV has moved to this place where it's all kind of a la carte and everything is separated.
Yep.
You got HBO separated. Like you can still buy cable and package everything together, but everybody has their own service. Fox, HBO,
Stars,
Netflix, Stars. Everybody, you can buy their services separate. So it's a great idea. I don't see it coming together the way that they want it to because of the networks at this point. But I'd be interested to see how this works without everybody on board.
I would agree.
I wonder if they figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, so within the app itself has a lot of curation going on in there. So if you watch something, it will automatically recommend stuff for you to watch. Also, if you're starting to watch something, it shows up in your queue right at the beginning if you want to resume it. So some nice curation things that they have going on there. This will be available in December. It will be coming on December, so right around the corner as well. Again, I'm not a huge TV app person. I think I tweeted out something so I said, I have cable, then I have all my apps, then I have 8 apps to watch all my other apps. Yeah. It's kind of weird. So, I don't know. If I have cable, I'm going to watch it on cable. I'm not going to turn on my Apple TV or whatever and try to file through all these different apps, put in my login information. I know once you do it once, it's there, but again,
it's just the trouble.
Of doing all that when I can just turn on my cable box and just go to a channel and be done with it. But I guess it's for people who want to cut the cord and still want to access like HBO or something and not necessarily have all those channels. So I get it, but for me, it's just not for me.
Yeah, it's probably not for me either, seeing as I don't have cable. Literally the only service that I use now is Netflix.
So, yeah.
But I'll be interested to see the reviews and a little bit more in-depth software reviews on this thing. See how it's.
One thing that they did not talk about with Apple TV was a lot of games. Other than Minecraft, they really didn't go too full blown into talking about gaming on Apple TV. When it first was announced, they really was trying to push gaming. So it looks like they're trying to just scale back just a bit because I just don't see this as a viable gaming platform.
I think they did that at first because they seen how big games was on the iPhone. But the thing that they failed to realize is the iPhone is a different beast. The iPhone it's easy to play games on an iPhone because you have it everywhere with you. So games are popular because people are sitting at the doctor's office. They want to play something. Yep. People are sitting on a train and they can easily play. It's a different beast. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at home. I probably won't play games on my Apple TV. I'm gonna go to my Xbox or my PlayStation.
So.